being a stripper. No and no. Had the police called on you? Oh! So we're gonna actually have to check this box. Yeah, I've actually had the cops called on us, like, once. What had happened was that when I was around in 7th grade, our mom pulled me and my sister out of regular school to homeschool because like the area we lived in was just super crazy. And what ended up happening was that it was back then when online school was still in its infancy and still being new. And so me and my sister were used to the regular school system. We didn't really know how to transition into that. And what ended up happening was that I ended up getting this online teacher. She was a nice lady. And basically she had all these instructions, and what ended up happening is that I ended up kind of getting lazy because I genuinely just felt like I did not know what to do. And what happened was that she wanted us to write a 500-page paper on, I guess, our dreams or whatever. And what ended up happening was that I ended up just writing a short paper it was like 3 or 5 sentences. I sent it to her, turning in and thinking nothing of it. And she ends up getting the paper. The next day, the police comes to our door and they're like, "Hello, we are here to talk about a disturbance." And my mom is freaking out at the door being like, "Kendra, what's going on?" And I come down. Back then I used to wear my pajamas was this like long purple robe. I come down and the police officer is like, "We just wanted to check in on your record and make sure that everybody, specifically Kendra, is okay. We'll go now." And she goes. As it turns out, when I turned in my assignment, the teacher mistook it as a suicide note and called the cops on our house. I don't even know what to say. And the thing was, it didn't help because my mom was super like, because she was freaking out because she's like, "Kendra, what did you do?" Because what had happened was that I had gotten in trouble days to weeks prior, and I had my phone taken away from me because, that was bad. And what ended up happening was that I was like, Mom, I have no idea what's going on. What's going on? I would throw my phone out the window before I called the cops on you. Who would do something like this? It took, I think, like 2 or 3 days to call the school down and be like, why was there a police officer at our door? And so what ended up happening after that was our mom ended up just rejecting all homeschool teachers, and she taught us. And you know what we had? The best childhood of our lives. I may be semi-illiterate, but I had fun watching YouTube day in and day out. How did you get assignment confused for a suicide note? I'm pretty sure it was because, I wasn't used to doing 500-word assignments, so I didn't really know what she meant. I thought it was optional. And I ended up confusing the instructions. And it was like 3 or 5 lines. I'm guessing that's why, because my note kind of went like, life is kind of hard, but, it can't be worse than that. It was pretty much akin to that remember meme being like, when you have sad day, always remember happy day. It was pretty much akin to that, so I still have no clue. Ken, what the frick, why would you write that anyway? That does sound sus. Was it really that sus? I was like, what? It was like 2014, and I wasn't actually familiar with the concept of suicide and stuff. So I wrote that, and I thought nothing of it. You just should have known better though. Good on her for checking, but she didn't call, nobody called our house beforehand. They didn't call even the homeschool facility to get our, they had our number on file, and they called the police before calling my mom, and that made my mom really angry because she was like, "Hey, you should have called me first before calling the police on us." That was interesting.